absolutely despise being late, but I be in Atlanta traffic. So sometimes it may take me 44 minutes to get home. Sometimes it's gonna take an hour and 5 minutes, but I'm gonna get home.
It's better late than never.
So first, I want to tell you thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to us. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll start off with one of my questions, and then I'll get right into the fans' questions. Okay. All right. So tell me how you got started in racing.
I was watching this big ram racing. It was like I started watching it around like 2015. A friend of mine put me on a big ram racing, so I ended up was doing a show car. I had bought a W30 Hearse, which this what my car is now. I just painted it. So I said I was gonna do a show car. Then I come to the conclusion that I want to do a race car. So that what brought me into racing. You know, I always, you know, as far as bikes and stuff like that, racing bikes, but never, you know, a car.
So what? I wonder if you had a saying. Well, see, yours works in reverse. I thought I wanted to race. Then I started getting them invoices for racing. And I was like, what about a show car?
Hey, that's how it be. Sometimes I be wanting to give up.
So do you actually work on cars and can do some of the work yourself?
Yeah, I got my own shop. You know, I got my own mechanic shop. So I do a lot of work, you know. But when I built this car, you know, a friend of mine, the guy that drive the car, I never built the race car, so I ended up letting him build a car. You know, like I helped him on, you know, I go around to his shop, help him. He was staying around the corner from me, so, but he moved. So, like I said, I didn't never build a race car, but I always built good street cars.
So that's you cheating, because you know since you can work on cars, you eliminate a lot of the costs that a lot of people have because you can work on cars.
Yeah, in some way, but with that car, with my race car, I actually, like I say, sometimes I mess with it, but then sometimes I don't mess with it. Like I say, you know, us as a team, like the car don't even be around me. It's always at my driver's shop. Like he got a fabrication shop, so that's where I keep it at. And a lot of times when it's time to work on it, either I go out there and help him, or you know, I just let him do it.
Okay. So you don't really work on that car yourself.
Yeah, that car I barely work on it. Like I say, you know, I could do stuff to it, but I rather he been in the race world, so you know, with that type of power and stuff, I'd rather him deal with it. You know?
For those that are not familiar, tell us who your driver is.
His name Derek Ledoux. He owned a shop out in Springfield, Louisiana, called Auto Fab Performance. And like I said, I met Derek. I ended up meeting him last year around the summer. A guy ended up telling me about him, and I met him. And hey, I told him I wanted him to mess with the car, but like I say, we didn't come more of a friend than me being a customer. You know, like a lot of stuff dealing with the car, he take care, you know, so like I trust him more than trusting myself with the car, you know, so.
So that's a good segue. What made you go with a driver versus driving the car yourself?
Like I say, I'm more into bikes and stuff, so like I say, I got away from bikes, so I never really messed with a car as far as like at a track, so that's why I was like, hey, you know, he been doing it, so if I'm gonna be putting money up on a race, I'm gonna put my best shot at it, you know, so. And
do you plan on, go ahead.
And like I say, I plan on, you know, driving a car, you know, because he building a car. He was doing a small type car, so Now he putting 24-inch rims on his car. So when his car come out, like I say, in the process, won't nobody know that I'm driving it until they see me. So I'm gonna just practice. I want to be all the way, have it all the way down packed when I come out.
So I guess that, how do you feel about people that build their cars and never drive their cars or never have any plans to drive their cars?
Well, I feel, like, I don't, look at it as a bad way, because some people just don't have that, that feeling for, sitting in the driver's seat. You got to understand, a lot of these cars make a lot of power. So, it's different from driving our everyday vehicles, like, it's totally different. So, like I say, I don't, I'm not against it, like I say, to each his own, like I say, it's good to learn your car, but like I say, it's all in the heart, like, is you gonna be able to, not nut up in the beams and stuff like that, so.
So some people don't have the heart to go fast.
Yeah, some people, only fast they probably win is 80 miles. 5 miles over the speed limit in the city. So, you know how that is. So that's, like I say, but I don't, like I say, next year, like I say, I'm going to be driving the car. I'm going to be driving it, because I know it's going to be hard for him, to drive 2 cars. We're going to be bringing 2 cars to shows and stuff, and him, we get in a shootout. It's going to be hard for him to jump from my car, to his car, which is, like I said, I can make it happen, because I always keep my tuner with me. My tuner got a race car. I can always tell him, hey, drive the car,
Right.
But I don't want to, he already got a load, because he going to be tuning my car and Derek's car. So, like I say, that's why I want to learn how to do it, Like I said, I know the basics of it, but, I want to get out there and bet money and just lose it like that, on driver errors, So that's where I'm at with it. So,
how do you think Black Gorilla is doing in racing? That's a fan question.
I'm gonna tell you, he's doing good, because the simple fact is, he built that car, and me and him is, I've been, before he started that car, I've been knowing him, and we always talk, and like I said, he doing good. He stepped in the game with a smaller setup to, get a feel of it. This is first time racing. He never was a racer, so now, he can step it up. Like, once he, he got plans on, from what he was telling me, he got plans on stepping it up, going to a bigger, bigger setup and stuff. So, like I say, to me, he doing good. He get out and travel. He don't mind racing, win, lose, or draw, and that's what it all comes back to, because you're going to lose. In this game, you ain't going to win them all,
Right.
So, look at me, I come in the game, I done took some losses, but
Right.
I also, big rim wise, I haven't won a race in big rim, but I done raced small tires, and won. So, like I say, it's just, I'm just getting around trying to figure the car out. It's a new thing for my whole team, all them is small tire guys, never dealt with big rims, this our first time. So I feel like we coming, a long ways with it and quick. We covering up a lot of ground right now. Some people been in the game. I feel like some people been in the game, 5-6 years, and they still ain't got it all the way together. And we right there. We knocking on the door. We knocking on the door. So.
Do you have another car coming for next year?
Yeah, I got another one coming for next year. I got another one. To be honest,
that was
y'all.
a fan question.
To be honest, y'all will not see that Cutlass next year.
Oh, so you're replacing the Cutlass?
Yes, I'm a replacement.
Man, you gonna get rid of the Cutlass already?
I'm not getting rid. I'm gonna still have the Cutlass. I'm gonna just do something. I'm gonna go small tire with that car.
Okay.
I'm gonna go small tire. It's a good small tire car that I can. That's already did. So only thing I gotta do is get a motor to put in there. So, but I'm coming with another car. And
okay.
I'm building this car. I'm building that car for, to be the top. Be the top dog.
Care to tell us what it is, or you don't want to go into detail yet?
It's a Monte Carlo. It's a Monte Carlo SS.
Well, I'm a G-body girl, so I love to hear that.
Yeah, so like I said, I ended up about buying that car. I wanted to do a show car with it, because I was like, hey, but I said, I see a lot of these guys, I'm gonna, let some of the cat out the bag, but I see a lot of these guys, they light. A lot of people think my car light, I didn't do nothing but take the interior out the car, add a roll cage.
Right.
So I'm using this car to do what they doing. So that's what I'm gonna do.
So since you've been over here since you've been on the big rim side, what are some of the adversities or some of the challenges that you've been facing on the big rim side?
My biggest challenge facing, on the big rim side, I'm gonna be honest, is my car. That's the biggest thing, dealing with it. Like I didn't start. My kids ain't got me growing gray hair. My car got me growing. So like I say, that's the biggest thing right now. That's the biggest thing. But I like it. Like even my team, everybody. This is the first time we went down. We went to March 27 on Straight Show in Valdosta. And like I say, that's their first big rim race they didn't ever been to. So, and they love it. That's like I say, my driver, he got a small tire car that he want to put 24-inch rims on it, and race with the G-body. So that just lets you know how much he love it. Even my tuner, he sent me stuff saying, cars like, man, this'll be good on some rims, huh? So like I say, they into it heavy, and like I say, it's it be a lot of crazy stuff go on in the game, but I try to, me personally, I try to stay out of it because I'm not, I'm not that type of, really, I'm not that, I'm gonna put it like this. I used to be that type of guy, but I'm not no more. So I try to stay out the way of a lot of stuff, like I don't want the old me to come back out. So I just, just chill out. I sit back and watch a lot of stuff, watch what they, just watch it. I be like, hey man, y'all tripping, but but I don't really get too far up in it. Like I say,
well, the thing is when you get older, when you know better, you do better. You know what I mean? We all got stuff. My 21-year-old self would have done some stuff that my 44-year-old self, I am not doing. First of all, I don't want to go to jail.
You right about that. I ain't trying to go back there. That's the last place I'm trying to go.
So why do you think?
I like to walk on the outside. I like to get up out my bed and walk on the outside without handcuffs. I don't need nobody to let me out of cage. Cage is for animals. I don't think animals should be in the cage.
Right. So why do you think it's so much hate in our car culture? Just even not just the racing, in the car culture in general.
Because I look at it like you got so many bosses. You get what I'm saying? Like people are their own boss. So like when you up here and you got another guy up here, it ain't gonna never, like it's too many. I look at it like it's too many egos, you know, like people ain't gonna put their pride to the side, you know. So that's basically what I look at. Like that's what causes a lot of it, you know. Like, hey, I'm getting money, you getting money, you know. You ain't gonna tell me nothing crazy. Then a lot of people is from the streets. You get it? So, like I say, for sure, 90% of the people is from the streets. So when you got a history of being in the streets, you know, you're not gonna let nobody else, you know, come and, you know, talk crazy and all this type of stuff. So, like I say, that's the biggest thing right there. You know, everybody, you know, got their own thing going. Everybody getting money, so everybody like bosses. So, you know, ain't nobody trying to feel like a little boy. You know, that's the first thing they holler about. You ain't gonna little boy me. You know, so. Like I said, and it could be just a small conversation, like a small little thing, and you feel like they being a little bored, so that would escalate to something bigger, you know. So, and that's what since I've been watching it and been in it, that's what I see. You know, that's what I see.
So what you think, why you think it's such a problem with men just sitting down having a conversation? Like I tell these guys, just think about this. And I don't know if you have heard me say this to anybody else, but I tell them, right, it's so many of y'all in the big rim culture, right? So many of y'all big rim racers. Y'all could have a show once a quarter. So 4 times a year. And everybody can come. And everybody can get paid. It could be y'all show together. But it's so much pride and ego that they will never sit down to even have the conversation. You know what I mean? Think about how many fans would love to see all of the big rim racers at one show. You get to see your favorite person from Louisiana, your favorite person from Florida, your favorite person from Georgia, North, South Carolina, California, everybody. And all y'all can legitimately get paid. But they won't even put their pride to the side long enough to make that happen. You know how epic that would be?
Yeah, it'll be real epic, you know. But like I say, it's like we say, it's too many people not trying to put their pride to the side, you know. You know, it's too many big egos, you know, and ain't nobody, you know, don't nobody want to be a little boy. You know, when it's not even that, you know, like whatever the situation, it might not be a person trying to make you like a little boy, but like I say, when you got thousands of bosses in one circle,
right?
You know, it's hard to get everybody on the same page, you know, because everybody gonna have a different perspective about it, you know, like, and that's the biggest thing, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something, money, you know, I look at it like money is another big problem with it too, you know, like whether we look at it, you know, whether we see it that way or not. But I'm just being honest, money is a big problem with it, because who getting this, who getting that, you know, like it's crazy. That's what I look at, like, you know. So, you know, everybody play their part, you know, just play their part, you know, and don't worry about nothing else, you know. Like me personally, like, hey, I travel to these shows, and hey, I don't get paid. That's out of my own dime, you know. That's getting my whole team there, you know, putting us up in you know, in a house, you know, everything on my dollar, you know. So, like I say, I'm not, when it come down to the money, you know, I don't, you know, like put money first, you know, like I don't, that's just something I don't do.
Right.
You know, it's.
Do you ever think that they'll be able to work it out?
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You know, I'm not gonna say yeah, and I'm not gonna say no. But I know if it do happen, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a fight. You know, it's gonna be a tough fight to get it to happen. You know, it's like you got some people in the culture, you know, that can make it happen. You know, but they don't be all up in it. You know, like they don't. You look at like people like Big Low. He's a well-respected person in the game. You know, but also Low is like a cool, laid-back type of person too. So. when it come to all that, even with his team, he don't get off up into that. You know, like he don't get off up into, you know, any bull crap. You know, you just see him, he gonna laugh, and you know, he ain't into all that. You know, so and people like that, I feel like can make it happen, but I just feel like, you know, he ain't trying to get too far off up into it. You know, and that's the biggest thing.
I'm optimistic. I say it's gonna happen. I've been talking to him for years now, but it's like when you got a stubborn child and you keep trying to convince them of something, or you got let me not use a child, because you know we spank them and they gonna do what we say. But it's like having a stubborn, being in a relationship with a stubborn person. You just keep talking to them and keep talking to them. You remember how you used to watch Family Matters? How Urkel did Laura? I think I'm gonna wear them down. I think we the people are gonna wear them down, and they're gonna be like, you know what? We gotta do this. We just gotta do it.
It take positive people like you to do it. You know, like you know, everybody in the game respect you. You know, one thing, ever since I've been in the game, I never seen you in no type of what you call with, you know, nobody saying nothing bad about you or anything like that, you know. So you got everybody that, you know, everybody respect you. So it'll take a person like you, like I say, like you, Low, people like y'all can, you know, if y'all work to it, yeah, it can happen, you know, because like every camp, you look at every camp from In and Out, DNA, Hollywood, Bruce, all them, you know, down with you, you know, like, so it take people like that, you know, like it takes people like you and Low to do that.
It's a few others, but it's just like you said, it's very aggravating. It's very and I see them all, like I see all y'all like my brothers. Or family, and sometimes I just be wanting to grab them and shake them, because I just be like, you know, like sometimes you be feeling like people don't see the big picture. Big rim racing or whatever y'all want to call it can be so lucrative.
Yeah,
it's like an old African proverb says, "Many hands make light work."
Yeah.
If we all do our part, then it can work, and everybody can make a lot of money. But people will have shows and people won't come and support them, or people will have shows and people will try to talk bad about their shows. Like, come on, bro! Like, the purpose, no matter what nobody says, people are in this because they like racing,
right?
But they try and make money.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like I've been saying on lives, like I tell people, you know, like I'm cool with everybody in the culture, you know. Like I don't have nothing against nobody, you know. Only way I got something against you if you make me have something against you, and you know, I don't put myself in that position for you to make me that. You know, you just gotta be outright to say, hey, I'm gonna mess with him, you know.
Right.
So, like I say, you know, it come back. Everybody gotta try. You know, in order for everything to come together, everybody gotta try. You know, put a hand in and try. So, right. Like I say, like I see it a lot with people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to mess with this show. I'm not going to mess with that show." Me personally, you know, it's been a lot of shootouts. There's been a lot of shootouts going on. You know, me, I go to anybody's shootout. I don't care. You know, like. I just want to go race. My team, that's all they want to do is race. You know, hey, my driver, a lot of times, you know, it's like he ready to go race when I ain't ready to race, you know. So he be at it, you know, when I'm not, you know. So, like I say, you know, I don't just pick shows like, hey, well, I'm only going to mess with this camp show or something like that, you know. If you don't see me at a show, it's because my shop is overpacked. You know, I'm trying to get cars out, or, you know, I got family, you know, I got a life too. I got kids, wife, and all that. So, I got to spend time with them between, like I just can't put racing first, so I got to, so some shows I'm not going to be able to make it to, I wish I could make it to them. I can tell my driver and them, hey, man, y'all want to go to that show? They got a shootout or something, man, go there, get the car. They don't never need me. I send them a lot of times to go test the car, and I don't be with them, like, they just send me videos of it, so, like I say, it's just, then the thing is, not just me, like my driver. Hey, he have a wife and kids, so
right.
So sometimes like I might be free, but he ain't free. But most of the time, like I say, most of the time that we've been planning on going racing and stuff, we both free. So we both free. So like I say, that's the biggest thing. Like I feel like everybody should support everybody, like I look at it like we one big family. Like that's what I look at, like, despite all the, commotion that then went on, but I still look at it like we all one family, like. So
how did the wide body racing come about?
You say the wide body?
That's what a question was, a fan question. It says, how did the wide body racing come about?
Wide body. I guess you're talking about my car.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask you if you're still on here. Type what you mean by that. Another fan question. What's your next race?
Well, I'm supposed to be going. We got problems with the car right now, and I'm trying to get everything lined out. Supposed to be racing Donk Master this Saturday in Memphis. But like I say, I got problems with the car, and like I told them, I said, man, if I can get it back going and everything, hey, we will race. Other than that, like I say, it's like it's with the car, it's crazy, like every time I'm trying to plan to go race, something happens. Something happened. It's like, and that's why sometimes, like I be like, man, look, I'm about ready to quit this shit. Like, it's stressful. Like, like the car can do, be good. You go 2-3 weeks straight, car doing good, and then bam, minute you say you about to go race somebody, something happen. So that's why I say, and sometimes it just be suspension problems. Like right. You go. Like my driver say, I just seen this comment come up, they say Waukesha is a badass stepchild, and that's what she is, she don't listen, like.
So I say being with these cars are like being in an abusive relationship. We want to leave so bad, but it's hard to leave.
I'm going to tell you something. These cars is worse than a drug addict. I'm going to just be honest with you, like the money we put in these cars, like I done been to races and stuff, and man, it's like every time I come from a race, I got to put $5,000-$10,000 off up into a car. It's just like, like the car is like, it been beating us, like, and I say, and that's why I say it's worse than a drug addict. A drug addict, you don't catch a drug addict spending that type of money, You don't catch him spending that type of money. So
it'll be cheaper for me to do drugs than build a car, huh?
I don't recommend you to do drugs, but it will be cheaper. I don't recommend nobody to do drugs, but it will be cheaper.
You might lose everything, though.
Yeah, you're going to lose everything. That's why I say I don't recommend it. But I tell you one thing, it's cheaper than messing with a race car.
That's why I say I didn't do that. When they started giving me them invoices about racing versus just cruising, I said, I'm going to take the cruiser for $200, Alex.
You're right. Yeah, that's the best thing. Take that cruiser, like I say, because it's a never-ending thing. Like I say, as long as you got a race car, something going to always break on. That's no matter what you do, like, it might, once you get it lined out, it might go a couple races without breaking. Then you got something, the smallest thing might break. You know, it might cost you $1,000. Then sometime it might cost you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. You know, so and we running these cars so hard. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, like when you go to running these cars hard like that, hey, you bound to break them. In order for to make these cars go, you look at it, a lot of these cars is heavy. In order for to make these cars move the way they move, you gotta run that motor hard. You know,
right?
So that's the thing right there. That's the biggest thing. But like I say, hey, like I tell you, a drug addict got a better position. They ain't spending this type of money.
So how do you manage your personal time, your shop life, and your race life?
Well, and that's why I say, like, with that, like sometimes, you know, I might, because I got my cousin. It's me and my cousin at the shop, you know, and a friend guy of mine's at the shop. So sometimes we be free, but when I'm not free to go mess with the car, I let Derek and I let my team go do what they gonna do with the car. You know, I just set up stuff and tell them, hey, we gonna do this. You know, y'all gonna go by y'allself, but I won't be there. You know, I just won't be there. But like I say, I kind of, like I say, when I go to races, my wife, my wife, kids, they come with me. You know, so that'd be a plus. You know, sometimes she not big into racing. You know, like she not a big fan. She more the pretty girl type of person. You know, she don't even want to come to the track. She want to come with me and sit at the house that I didn't got. You know, so like I say, but I don't know how I've been finding time, but I've been finding it though. I've been finding it. You know, like I say, it's tough. Like I say, it's tough, but like I say, with my team, we make it happen. You know, that's one thing. That's why, you know, I respect my team. You know, we have our disagreements, but one thing about it, I respect them because simple fact is they care about the car just like I care about it. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I couldn't ask for a better team than that. You know, like, you know, we all get out there, we bust our ass trying to get it together, and like I say, I'm gonna put it like this: they bust their ass more than I bust mine. You know, I'm just the dollar. You know, I'm just the dollar behind it.
You just the financier, huh?
Yeah, I'm just the dollar behind it.
You the wallet.
Yeah, and they go have fun. You know, so
that's when I'm gonna start calling you when I see you. I'm gonna say, "Hey, the wallet, what's up?"
You know, because that's basically what it is. You know, like I say, it's times, like I say, they just go with the car. You know, I just let them go ahead, go do what y'all do. You know, like I just won't be there. You know, so like I say, it's good to have a team like that. You know, most people, you know, don't. I'm not going to speak on that people don't have that team, but you know, I know I got that team. You know, that they willing to go when I'm not there.
Well, support is important. I tell people all the time, for the people that don't have as much support, and that was another thing about the racing. You kind of gotta have a team. You know, you don't have to have a team, but it's better to have a team. You gotta have somebody who can help you, somebody who can be there to help you pick up the slack.
Right.
And go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, you got, like you say, you gotta have. You know, like we might don't need a team, but a team is everything. You know, because it's hard to do it by yourself. You know, like, you know, you look at it, all these races that's in the game. Name one that's doing it by themselves. You know, ain't nobody doing it by themselves. You know, everybody got a team.
What's the name of your camp?
It's Mafia Racing.
What's it called?
Mafia Racing.
You keep putting your hand over the mic. You say it's called Mafia Racing?
Yeah, Mafia Racing.
Okay. What made y'all name it Mafia Racing?
I was just looking for a name.
Mm-hmm.
My shop is Wilson's Performance, and I didn't want to just put my shop, behind it. So I just come up with a name. I say, hey, Mafia Racing, because we some mafia type of guys,
Oh, y'all some gangsters.
Yeah, so that's where that come from. So that's how I get that name, and I just ran with it.
Would you like for your kids to be into racing?
Yeah, my wife, she don't. Like I told her, I was gonna get my little girl a baby dragster.
Mm-hmm.
Get my little girl and boy a baby dragster.
Mm-hmm.
She say, nah, they not into racing. She want them to be like her, but me, I want them to race. It keeps them, I look at it like I want to do anything to keep them from getting out in the streets. Like I say, my little daughter, she'll be 2 next month. So she got a long time before she be moving around like that. But my son, he about to be 9 in December, so he gonna be moving around a whole lot. Like he already moving around a whole lot, So that's why I want them to get into racing. I want to get them into it. I feel like it's something that, keep them occupied. Like that's what I want to do. Because anything, that's something I can always give down to them, And I just say, forget it. I can tell my son, hey, you got that car out there, go race it, So
If you could change one thing in racing and big wheel racing, what would it be?
My biggest thing, if I can change one thing,
mm-hmm.
my biggest thing that I would want to change is a lot of commotion. Like I'm big on that. A lot of commotion in the game. Like everybody be supportive of it. Everybody. Like support everybody. Don't. A lot of this drama. Every day. Like an entertainment show.
Right.
That's what I want to change. Like because I feel like if that change, everything else would change for the better. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing is all us coming together and kill a commotion. Kill all the drama. Every day, we talking about each other as always, every single day, 24/7. If you open up a live, somebody talking about somebody.
Talking about somebody, right.
Yeah, if you get in every racer, if you open up their lives, the one that do go live, it's always, sometimes you probably want one time out of every now and then that it don't be like that. It be just smooth and sailing.
Right.
But most times you get up there and it's a lot of drama, it's just a lot of drama. And that's what I rather, like I say, because it's so many, like I say, it's so many people that's bosses. And the thing is, I feel like if that keep going on, it'll cause something bad.
Right.
You'll hurt the culture more than helping it. So
right.
that's what I feel like, I want to change it, as far as in that way. But any other thing, like I say, everything else will fall in place. Everything else gonna get better, but that's the main focus, thing that I feel like need to get better, soon. Like it need to turn around soon.
So this is my last question. When you're no longer here, what would you like for your legacy to be?
When I'm no longer here, that's a tough question. I'm no longer here, KP. Like I say, you got me with that one right there.
You put your hand over the mic so we couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said you got me with that question right there. You know, like I say, so you saying if I'm no longer in the race game?
No longer here. When you're gone, when you get old and you're gone from here, what do you want your legacy to be?
Like I said, my biggest thing is I just want my kids to pick up where I left off at. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, everybody. I want to leave a mark on the game. You know, like that's my biggest thing. I want to leave a mark on the game. There's one thing they can say. Hey, that guy, Turbo Jayrock. You know, he did his thing. You know, he did his thing, and he got his kids. He got his look at little Jayrock. You know, coming on up in the game too. You know, he left it off to him. You know, so that's the biggest thing. Like I said, you hit me with a good question right there. You know, you can't got my tongue on that one right there. You can't got my tongue. You know.
I don't think a lot of people. I think this is something that I think about a lot. But I think a lot of people really don't think about what they want their legacy to be when they're dead and gone. You know, I think about it a lot.
And see, like I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we all gotta, like I say, when we gone, you know, I know we all gotta go. You know, we all gotta go. But, you know, me personally, I don't too much think about it. You know, like I don't too much think about it. That be the last thing on my mind. You know, like I just leave it as, hey, when it's that time, it's that time. You know, like I just want everybody to know that, you know, remember me as a good guy. You know, like, you know, I served my purpose, you know.
Yeah, you played your part, right?
I played my part, so that's all that is, you know. So, like I say, I don't too much think about you know, I think about the future, but I don't go too far down into it, you know.
Right.
So that's where I'm at.
So, what would you like for your fans, followers, supporters? They told me I should stop saying haters, so. What would you like for the people who follow you or are new to following you, or what would you like for them to know about you?
Well, like I say, biggest thing is, you know, they all should know, you know, I would want them to know that, you know, I'm just a cool, laid back type of person, you know, like that's about all with me, you know, like I say, I just, you know, stay in my lane, you know, like I say, you know, I would, if I can help anybody with anything, you know, I will, you know, like I don't care who it is, from the haters, you know,
right.
And to the supporters, you know, so, like I say, I look at the haters as a friend,
right?
You know, I look at them as some friends. You know, so they because I feel like they're keeping up with me.
They watch.
Yeah, you know. So, like I say, that's the biggest thing, though. Like I say,
tell us what you won recently. What kind of hardware you won recently?
Well, I won Louisiana Racer of the Year. You know, I wasn't really. I think I wasn't really sure, when the guy Tyree, he had brung it to me. I said, man, I don't know how I won this right here.
It's a fan vote.
Yeah,
it's a fan vote.
I know it was a fan vote, but see, I had went on Big Wheel Network, had tagged me on the post. So I had seen Black Gorilla, you know. I say, you know, like I was telling my team, it was like my team was like, they was even like, man, you been traveling all over, you know, you should be the racer of Louisiana. I say, man, you know, I feel it, but I'm like, you know, I know Tim, he been doing a lot of traveling too, you know, so, you know, I don't, like, I'm thankful for it, you know, but when I was looking at the votes, I say, well, Tim got this, you know, it's good, you know, because like I say, he just got into racing, you know, like his car, I watched his car get built, you know, I watched him go through problems and stuff like that, you know. We always talk on the phone. He called me, we talk, you know. Like I even give him pointers. Like sometime when he, you know, sometimes when he say, hey, I want to race this certain car right here, I tell him, I said, man, look, chill out, get it, you know, you're not ready for that right now, you know, like, because I know you want to race, you know, I know you want to race, and if I'm cool with you, and like I said, I'm cool with anybody, but I would tell you, hey, man, leave that alone right there, just leave it alone.
Let that man be great.
It's not, like, I'd rather see, you know, that's just like, okay, him going to race, just say him going to race Silverback, somebody like that, you know. I know that's way out your league right now, you know, like, because I know what you got, you know, and you know I know what you got. So, and before I let you go out and be a laughing stock or anything like that, I tell you, like, hey, man, this is what you need to do. I would tell you, hey, don't go messing with that right now. Do this to the car, and then you go do that. You know, like, do this right here, and then you go do it. You know, like I say, the car doing good. You know, from where, like I say, he got his car out before I got mine out. You know, he got his out before mine come out. You know, but his is an everyday street car. You know, he in the thing like, where he want to drive it around with his family, you know, and go to the track and race. But I got into it like, I was like, hey, he don't do a show car or a race car, you know, because it's guys out here with straight race cars. You got a few guys with show cars, you know, show/race cars, but I'd rather build a race car, you know, to go race it instead of trying to build a show car. That's just like, if you see my car back then, it was primed down. I didn't have no intentions on going and get it painted. So around June, my birthday was in June, and right before my birthday, I said, man, this birthday gift, I can go get my car painted, take it to this guy, tell him I want it in 2 weeks. You know, I ain't gonna put a real flashy paint job on there, but it's going to be a paint job to get it from being all primed down. And that's what I did, you know. But I wasn't going to get the car painted at first. Like, I wanted the car to look junk, you know, like, hey, oh, he got an old regular car, you know. But, hey, it's one thing about it, you know, one thing is running, you know, like, it ain't no slouch. So,
it's definitely running.
You know, like I say, it's a lot of more. It's a lot of more bugs I gotta get out the car. Like, it's a lot of bugs need to come up out the car. Like I say, I'm never gonna be satisfied with my fast pass. You know, like, every time I make a fast pass, you know, once I set one of my record fastest times, I go back and I'm trying to go, you know, do better than it. You know, so. You know, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing.
Well, Turbo Jayrock, those were all my questions, literally. I want to tell you, thank you so much for sitting down to answer our questions today. I know you guys, all of you guys, are extremely busy. So for y'all to think enough of me to sit down with me for a whole hour and answer questions, I really appreciate it. Was there anything else that you wanted to say before we conclude the interview?
Nah, like I said, it ain't much more, but it ain't much more I need to, you know, touch bases on. You know, like I say, if you need me again, you know, I'm always here. You know, I make time. You know.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you sitting down with us today, everybody. That was Turbo Jayrock. If y'all are not following him, go do that right now. Go watch. Y'all hear him say he building a Monte Carlo. Y'all know that's right up my alley. So we're going to be watching for that Monte Carlo next year, Jayrock.
Yeah, y'all will see it. Like I say, you won't nobody see no pictures till it's done. Until it's like the motor in it and everything and it's ready to hit the track.
I might want a sneak peek. Maybe you can sneak peek me in my DM. I promise, pinky swear I won't tell nobody.
I'll tell you who to get with the sneak peek.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you.
You have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too. guys, if y'all missed any of today's